Hey everyone, welcome to another edition of my Facebook Live videos weekly. Sorry I wasn't here last week. I had something come up, but welcome. I'm Andrea Owen, founder of Your Kick-Ass Life and author of this book, 52 Ways to Live a Kick-Ass Life, where I'm coming at you every Thursday at noon Eastern Time to walk you through a chapter of the book. This week, we're on chapter 12, and we're talking about taking things personally. And I have lovingly titled this particular chapter, Don't Take People's Piles of Shit, which is a metaphor from given to me by someone I love dearly. And I will talk about what that metaphor actually means in a minute. But if you are here live, let me know. Hey, Leah, I see that you joined me. Give me your favorite emoji. Tell me what the weather's like. Say hi. I would love to say hi back in the comments. And if you have any questions during this video, or even if you're watching the replay about this particular topic, go ahead and let me know. If you also have an idea for a Facebook Live video that you want me to do, a particular topic or a podcast episode, I can happily take that into consideration as well. Clovis, California. Hi, Di. My guy I did it in high school was from Clovis, and he was like, "Go Clovis." He was very passionate about loving the city of Clovis, California. I'll never forget it. Hi, Michelle. And finally, sunny in Connecticut. Awesome. I'm in North Carolina, where we had some torrential downpours recently, but we are definitely headed into summer over here. So let's talk about taking things personally, shall we? Is it even possible to not take things personally? This is a topic that is very dear to my heart, and I think because so many people struggle with this. We hear that advice all the time, right? Just don't take things personally. What my one of my least favorite is, and it's such a popular quote, is what people think of you is none of your business. Okay. While I agree, what other people think of us is none of our business. However, I think for so many people, we do care what other people think of us. I think it's human nature to do that, right? Can I get an amen? We just do that. And so I think that what tends to happen is people feel like they're doing it wrong. People feel like, what is wrong with me? Because I do continue to take things personally. I do continue to care about what other people think of me. I'm going to try to, because I could talk about this for hours, y'all. I'm going to try to be concise as possible about it. So if you have my book, this is chapter 12. And all right, so let me give you a real world example. So this is from the book. Let's say someone says something terrible about you, or you find out that someone doesn't like you. Never fun, right? What if you could be absolutely certain that their words had nothing to do with you? So for example, say you have a friend, and then this person's partner, their significant other, you find out that they don't like you very much. And that doesn't feel very good, does it? Right? We might run around and be like, did I say something specific? Do they not like my hair? Do they not like my personality? What's wrong with me, right? What can I do to make them like me? Because we want other people to like us. It's just part of life, right? But here's something interesting, and I learned this from my friend and colleague Brooke Castillo years ago. She was on my podcast, and she said, the thing is that you're the constant. Like, you're always the same. You're not running around being a completely different person for everybody in your life, right? So if you really were unlikable, then everyone would think the same thing about you, because you are the constant. So that's like one thing to remember about that. And typically, this is in very bold in the book, other people's negative thoughts about you are simply reflections of themselves. That particular person, say your friend's partner doesn't like you, maybe he or she doesn't like strong, outspoken females. Not that I know any, but maybe it's their own issues. Maybe they have family of origin stuff where they don't like that type of person. Maybe they have their own insecurities and they want to be more like you, and that is painful for them, so they take it out on you. Maybe they're going through a really difficult have an emotional turmoil in their life at the moment, and you trigger something in them. Triggers happen all the time. I trigger people, you trigger people. We do it without knowing. We get triggered all the time. So it could be that. It could be a multitude of reasons. But again, I just want you to remember that you are the constant. You are the same. And so other people's terrible judgments or negative opinions of you typically don't have anything to do with you. And again, just reading from the book, and my friend and colleague Brooke Castillo explained this brilliantly. She said, other people's opinions are good for other people. I love that quote too. Other people's opinions are good for other people. Even if you could just like use that as a mantra, right? Like, okay, that person's opinion is good for them. I mean, we could even talk about this if we're talking about what went on a few months ago, and still to a little bit. If you disagree with other people's political views, their opinion is good for them. You might not think it's good for the rest of the world, but for the sake of your own sanity, for the sake of you feeling good, for the sake of you having positive energy to go about your world and not obsess and fret about what that person thinks or what they're doing, then definitely their opinion is good for them. Okay, so also if you're having trouble even fathoming this notion, look at it from this angle. You are giving that person a lot of power. You're just handing it over sheepishly as if it rightly belongs to him or her, and it doesn't. Which brings me to the metaphor that I wanted to tell you about. So Amy Smith is my best friend. She's over at the Joy Junkie, and she says, if someone handed you a big pile of shit and was like handing it over, waiting for you to extend your arms to accept it, they're trying to give it to you, would you take it? Or would you say, no, thank you? You probably wouldn't take it. So you taking on other people's opinions of you and what they think of you, you taking that on as truth, or you taking that on and making and allowing it to make you feel bad, that is as if you are saying, thank you for this big pile of crap. I am going to take it from you and hold on to it. It's never fun, right? Think about how many times we've actually done that. I've done that so many times. You've probably done it a few times too. So what if, using that same metaphor, what if you could say, all right, I am not going to take that. I am not going to take that pile of crap, and thank you, but no thank you. Thank you for offering. You could be gracious about it. Thank you for offering, but no thank you. And it's such a great metaphor, a gross one, but a great one, right? And also the whole concept of not caring what other people think of you, of not taking things personally. If you have read The Four Agreements by Don Miguel Ruiz, it's a great book, and that is one of his four agreements, is the whole concept of not taking things personally. And I'll be honest with you, I love self-help, but when I read that, it was just like a quote meme where he just like listed the four agreements. I'm like, how? What is wrong with me? Because I can't seem to do that. When someone gives me negative feedback, whether it's an anonymous critic on the internet, on my blog or whatever, or someone that I know, it really hurts. And how do you just do like, water on a duck and just let things roll off you and be like, oh, I don't care about that. That doesn't bother me at all. Who are these people? Like, and how do I start to implement in my life? Like, raise your hand if you've ever thought, how is this miracle even done to not care? And what was really life-changing for me is that I was researching this because I'm like, how does he explain this? There was an interview that Don Miguel Ruiz did with Ellen DeGeneres, and she kind of asked him that same question, like, are you some kind of robot? Like, how do you do that? How do you get these divine downloads to not care what people think of you and not take things personally? And he said, and I'm misquoting him, but the gist of it was, well, you're human and you are going to let it sting when someone does have a negative opinion of you or says something not so great to you. Like we are humans and we are going to actually feel some extent of not great about it. But the point is to not carry it with you throughout the rest of your day or throughout the rest of your life, to not base your feelings about yourself, to not base your decisions, to not base your self-worth, which is hugely important, on that one particular incident, on that one particular opinion, that one bit of feedback that you got from someone, whether it's, again, somebody anonymous on the internet, whether it's your boss, your parent, your partner, your kid. your dog, like anyone, although your dog probably would never hate you. But right? Like and I found that so hugely helpful and kind of did a big sigh of relief. Like, okay, that's what he actually means. So at the end of the day, the bottom line is that yes, you are human. It's going to hurt and going to sting when you get some kind of negative opinion, when someone even tries to hand you that pile of shit. So if you can think of it, like you're going to smell it, like you're going to be like, "Ugh, I don't want that. That kind of hurts. I don't like that." However, what do I choose to do with it now? Am I going to choose to believe it? Am I going to choose to let it dictate who I am? Or am I going to choose to say, okay, that really doesn't have anything to do with me? Who knows what's actually going on in that person's life where they think that it's okay to be not very nice to me? There's so many different perspectives that you can take. And I want to also mention that this takes practice. This isn't just something like, okay, bye everybody, have a great time doing that and good luck. This is a vigilant practice where hopefully my hope is for you that the next time somebody tries to hand you that pile of crap or gives you negative feedback wherever it is, that you can feel that first wash of, oh, that sucks. That didn't feel good. And that you can do things like practice self-compassion, okay? And self-kindness. So I'm going to jump on over to the comments and see if you have any questions. Thank you, Dawn, for sharing sharing this video. Sharon's probably heard Amy's metaphor before, and Chelsea presently experiencing this. Oh, Chelsea, yes, I know. I hope that the tools help. Leah, this is great. I'm sensitive and struggle with not taking things personally. I don't want anyone's pile of crap. Yeah, I think that to some extent, all of us are sensitive, some more than others. It's just, called this whole thing of being human. Nobody likes to hear that they're not what we, how we want to present ourselves. We all have these identities that we want the world to perceive us as. And, if I'm going to get too far into it, you can break down different parts of your life. So Leah, I know that you're a mom. You have this certain way that you want to be perceived as a mother or as a wife. And anytime somebody kind of throws a wrench in it and says, no, actually, you're not perfect. You did this, or here's what I think of you that is not line up with this perception of this identity that we want everyone to think of us as. P.S. Sometimes it might be, like we want people to think that we're perfect. And that definitely can cause all the little inner critics to go crazy. So absolutely. And Chuck says, hello from Oregon. And Syra, sorry if I'm pronouncing that wrong. It's only a perception of what others think of me, and that's what I tell myself. That's an excellent mantra. Absolutely. I love that. It's only a perception of what others think of me. It's their perception. And I think the thing that we struggle with too is that we don't have any control over that, right? Like, wouldn't it be great if we had some kind of mind control where we could just control? I guess it would be kind of weird if we could control what other people think of us, and we don't have any control over that. And that's where the struggle comes in. And I hope that this has been helpful for you to learn the tools. And again, the book is 52 Ways to Live a Kick-Ass Life. I am here usually, hey, Anne from Scotland. I'm here every Thursday at noon Eastern time with a new lesson about the book. Also, I am co-hosting a awesome conference this coming October in Orange County, California, in the beautiful city of Huntington Beach, literally like on the beach. If anyone is interested in checking that out, I will post the link into the comments here. And thank you so much for being here, Ass Kickers. I will let you get back to your Thursday, and I will see you out in cyberspace. Okay, bye-bye.